Welcome to the race by race preview for Sha Tin. On Sunday, we've got a 10 race dual course program kicking off at 1 o'clock. And to preview it all, in the studio this afternoon, we're joined by Paul Lally and Nick Child. And Nick, we've got the talented horse in the last, some open races to start the day, a bit of something for everybody.
There absolutely is, Mark. Yes, indeed. So it might just take a little bit of working out in the early stages of the meeting. But race 10, that horse that Mark alludes to is Beauty Eternal. He really does look to be an exciting type, and looking forward to seeing him back in action. We've
got Paul Lally here as well, and you can sweeten a couple of the pools for us.
Yeah, races 6 and 10 going into the quartet first four merged pools, putting $1 million into both of those two. So if you haven't tried that bet type before and you're in Hong Kong, that's a good opportunity to try it.
We'll crack straight into race number 1, which is a Class 5 race, and it's over the 1,200 metres. Le Plevite at the top of the book. Pacifiers with Cowls on the tongue tie comes off. To Infinity is on the class drop. Compulsory gets a £10 claim for Angus Chung. Touch Faith, no pacifiers for the return to the turf. Taking You Further has drawn a gate and does have some early pace. Better last time, Felix the King. Steel Wind, Visor off, and Blinkers go back on. And Alloy Starnick, his win was course and distance. He's down off a rating of just 19 now.
Yeah, he won off a £10 higher one as well. So we thought it was low on that occasion, but down to 19 now. Fantasy Spring and Strive for Glory, two that might well press on. Strive for Glory, Matthew Chadwick will be on board. That fellow, he can go forward. Young Horizon, I thought, was an interesting runner as far as pace was concerned. He's drawn in 8. He has gone forward in a couple of his recent races, but certainly would need to show a bit more improved form.
Yeah, he might try and just press on and get to the lead, but he might just have to work with those other two horses underneath him. And Taking You Further is a horse that's led in the past as well, but from barrier 1, I think he'll be happy enough to take a set.
That is how the boys see the speed map for the first, and we're going to start our first replay now, Paul, but it is on the all-weather. Features Aka Power, who's got his best 2 races on that surface.
You're going to include Aka Power in this because he's a horse that has been consistent. He's placed a couple of times on the turf. His 2 good runs have been on this all-weather as well, but I don't think this is a strong race. He's drawn back. Hugh Bowman will suit this horse because he's very patient on him, and he'll be finishing off strongly.
He will be, and that's exactly what he's doing on this occasion. Now, he's turf form here at Sha Tin, 10th, 14th, 11th, 13th, 8th and 5th, so they're hardly inspiring form figures when it comes to racing on the green stuff, but his all-weather form's not bad.
All right, so that's Aka Power out of that race. This one, Nick, we've got Felix the King running 3rd in this race. Strive for Glory led up. He won earlier in the season leading up in Class 5, but he didn't run it out this day.
He didn't, no. And look, I thought the run of Felix the King was certainly a better one on the back of some really disappointing efforts. He was off the same mark, beaten a length and a half behind Happy Trio. He was 38 to 1 on this occasion. So look, it might just take a little bit of backing it up. Here, Strive for Glory, look, he was 8th, beaten 3 lengths here, Paul, but he is a winner of a course and distance.
Like the horse in the yellow coming on the outside here, Alloy Star, because he drew 12 here and he went all the way back. He's drawn 4 and he's quite well rated off his win, so it was a nice run from him.
That is that race. And finally, Paul, Le Plevite. On his trial form, you'd wonder how he's only placed 1 from 8, but he gets to the races and just doesn't perform.
No, he doesn't. Look, he has run 3rd off a 38 rating before. That's his best. That was 2 starts ago. He's a hard horse to have on a win line. I put him in on a place line.
Yeah, that run was behind the now Class 4 winner Hearty Wish a couple of starts ago, so it was at Happy Valley, so obviously do bear that in mind. Pacifier was with Cows going on first time, tongue tie coming off. Sylvester de Souza rode him last time, was concerned about his action, and it was deemed an unacceptable performance, so certainly more needed.
He's had those 2 trials too since that unacceptable performance. Nice easy one to start the day, Paul.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with Alloy Star. He's £10 lower than his winning rating. He finished off the race nicely last start and comes in with a lightweight. He's the lowest rated horse in the race, so he's on top. Aka Power, look, as Nick pointed out, his form hasn't been good on the turf, but he was getting better, and he did run a nice 5th of this last one. To Infinity in there for 3rd. Now, Zach Burton will jump aboard this. He's been downgraded, so he'll get his opportunity from barrier 2 and Le Plevite in the minor line. 12-7-2-1.
I've gone Taking You Further in this opener. Very, very taxing sort of race, but he has got form, and he's got a bit more form than most of them as well. He's a 3-time winner, this guy. One of them came over course and distance, and he's well drawn if they try and press forward. So Taking You Further, the one for me in the first. Strive for Glory goes in on his best form. Felix the King was good last time, and I've got Paul's top selection, Alloy Star, in as well for a very, very lowly mark, very lowly weighted. You might be able to turn up and run a good race here. 8, 5, 9 and 12.
There is the preview for race number 1. It kicks the day off with that Class 5 over the 1200 at 1 o'clock local.